The time is 11:46 a.m. Wednesday, July 24th, year 2024. I'm allowed to report the poison didn't stop after I last reported this morning's chemical gas. I'm not allowed to report what happened. I'm just allowed to report that I suffered more chemical gas. There are some gases I am forbidden from discussing on the internet, and I won't do it. You'll never get it out of me. What I am able to say is like that expression when you throw your hands up in the air, you're like, you cry, uncle. I just completely give up. I'm in here day after day, like I have said. And the US population doesn't care. Only that they care when they see me on the porch or taking my garbage out, that I'm alive and I'm still talking about 1509 S Street Northwest, Washington, D.C. That is when I clearly can remember and testify, which I do routinely by pattern on the internet. I then go and I testify as to what the population in DC treats me like when I go outside of 1509 S Street, Northwest Washington, D.C. Clenching fists, breathing heavy through their noses, staring me down. The stare downs I have never encountered except a few times on the subway in New York, in Queens. I'll never forget one of them. But anyways, and just routinely, like everyone does it here. Their minds are gone. You can't walk down the street without everybody staring you down here. They're pretty ego-driven. Each one is truly, clearly behaving and showing me through behavior that leads me to believe they really think a lot of themselves individually. They are really something special, so they believe. Enough to just stare me down like they are Napoleon coming towards me. I should just start asking them, King Napoleon, King Tut, why are you staring me down, King Tut? It's the women too. The women in the United States are a lost cause. The women stare me down. Everybody behaves very badly when I stand on the porch. Very badly. It's not just stare downs, but that's some of the very rememberable behavior. A lot. It's a myriad of really bad social manners that I have only encountered when I take my garbage out or I stand on the porch for whatever reason I'm there on the porch, gathering boxes, somewhat of the time I'm doing that. Any of it, stare downs, sneers, their faces contort, but some of them even stick their tongues out at me. They go really far out there in behavior, bad behavior. I had a man stick his tongue out at me after he grimaced his face and contorted it and squished it all together. That was after he started staring me down. That one was unforgettable. A group of white men, very rich white men walking by. The two in front of him were really loud. Oh, ha, 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 ha. And the man with them did the stare down and the tongue sticking. I'll never forget that. That was the day there was all these dead bodies. The stench of rotting corpses just gushing out and hitting the oxygen. That was that day. I never forget any of this. How could a person possibly forget it? Nope. You can't, and then the cops keep coming in. I know. They kept coming in after that, over and over. They kept coming in. And now those dead bodies you smell on the sidewalk for over 3 weeks. It's in the sanitation system. And you, if there's a good person around here, which I highly doubt, the Mexican drug cartel was always in the sanitation pipeline a good 2 months, always quote unquote doing construction work. And then that drain pipe on the corner of S and 15th is one of the main places that just comes up like the gates of hell. It's a term of speech. And the whole block is just consumed, engulfed in rotting dead corpses, because that's what you get when you keep pretending there's not military raids and operations going all the time with strobe lights flashing from helicopters. And I'm done. We'll talk about what I witnessed with the real deal military. We'll talk about that another day, because they clearly don't care. They're still sticking their tongue out at you when they walk by. Yeah. It's everything I witnessed is what I'm saying, is what I testified to. They're still protesting whatever they like. They're still protesting. You know, they're going to protest that they don't have to wear shirts, the women will. That's coming soon. Don't make them wear shirts. They will walk around in bras. Yeah, they're going to protest that, and they'll be violent. They'll be violent in their protest if they don't get their way. So just don't bother telling the whores in the United States to dress themselves. Let them go out and hoe. They call this hoeing. Let them go. They want to go hoeing, go hoeing. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. It's finished here. It's over. It's done. We're done. I am to report the chemical gases are just nonstop. It's just, there's a lot of stuff and things, pattern, what do you call it, chain of events that I can testify to in regards to how these chemical gases are used and when they're used, but I just can't talk about it. I can't even talk about some of the gases. No. All I can say is that they're still happening. They're stored here, 6 blocks from the White House. And they are once again, after NATO, on TV talking about sending their weapons of mass destruction all over the earth. Adios.